First thing I'm gonna do is make a champagne sauce. Some finely chopped shallots and garlic, some Chardonnay vinegar, and then a lot of champagne. Ready? Now I'm going to reduce that down to a sauce.
Loving it, Simon.
Champagne and caviar, two of the best ingredients. Put them together with an egg in the middle. Nailed it.
Oh, what an exciting challenge.
I know, right? How amazing is this?
It's fantastic.
So obviously for the young, cool, hip kids out there, do you want to explain what a deviled egg is?
Deviled eggs is basically just a boiled egg with the yolk taken out and then mixed through with a creamy style sauce or a mayonnaise and then reinserted back in with a nice sort of...
Yeah, brilliant. And eggs classic with caviar.
Yeah.
Like, it really works well together. But I think this is a really good idea.
Yeah, love it.
Great.
And you're making a champagne sauce. How are you incorporating that?
Well, the champagne's going to be through the mayonnaise as well, so I'll reduce that down to nothing.
Gotcha.
Get more flavour into that mayonnaise, make it a little bit more acidic because everything's quite salty, right?
Lovely.
Right. Good stuff.
Thank you so much.
Well, nice, Simon.
Beluga caviar is the best ingredient in the world. There's so much pressure, you don't want to get it wrong. You need to make sure that it's just spot on.
Go, Nicole.
Go, Nicole.
I'm gonna do shoe buns, so little mini shoe buns, and stuff them with like a filling of poached bug and caviar. I'm not sure if I'll have creme fraiche in there yet. I'm just gonna play with some of the flavours and see how they go.
It's a really cool idea, like a shoe pastry.
I just want to keep it simple and make sure that that caviar stands out loud and proud. Yeah, there's so much pressure with the caviar, but it's lucky as well because the caviar is so beautiful itself that you don't need to do too much to it to make it really shine.
Come on, Nicole.
I'm working on my choux pastry. It takes a while to cook and it really needs to dry out before you take it out of the oven. I've only got 60 minutes in this challenge, so I'm gonna have to work so fast to pull this dish off.
We are looking for 3 brilliant dishes because you know we love caviar. 30 minutes to go. Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, Simon.
My dish is deviled eggs with caviar.
Deviled eggs.
Oh, look at that, he's simming his egg.
Look at this.
I take the eggs off the boil and I put it in some freezing cold water just to shock them cold, stop them from cooking.
The devil's in the detail with those eggs, Simon. First one.
Oh, that was good.
Who's that, Benny? Taste my champagne sauce. I'm really happy with how it's tasting. It's starting to get nice and acidic.
Looks good, Simon.
Reducing. Champagne sauce is doing well so far, just reducing. Right, I'm going to start making my mayonnaise.
Come on, Nicole.
My dish today is caviar and Moreton Bay Bug shoe buns. These ones are better,
They're so much more shiny, aren't they? It's good size too.
I put my Moreton Bay Bugs into this beautiful mixture of butter, a bit of herbs, some fennel and some champagne, and just let the bugs poach through slowly.
Good work, Nicole.
I've tried to be really careful with my flavours, not to overpower the caviar. I just want to keep it simple.
Looks good, Nicole. Keep going.
13 minutes, guys.
How long?
13.
13.
Come on, hurry up, Nicole. How's your shoe bun?
Gotta move on,
guys.
I've got so much to do.
Go, Nicole. Come on.
You don't have much time.
I get my shoe out of the oven.
It's worked out well, Nicole.
Oh, Nicole.
Beautiful, Nickers.
They look perfect.
Oh, look at those, Nicole. Beautiful.
Really nice and glossy, and it's puffed up beautifully.
Well done, Nicole.
Good work, Nicole.
I need to fill them. I just want to let them cool down a little bit.
You've only got 10 minutes. Come on. Let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Let's go, Tessa.
Second batch of mayo. The mayonnaise is thicker. It's a better consistency.
What does it taste like, Simon?
It tastes awesome, actually. It tastes really good. It's time to assemble everything.
Let's go, Simon. Come on.
Bring it home,
I
buddy.
put a teaspoon of the caviar in the cavity. I'm going to be a bit extravagant with the amount that I'm using. It is the most amazing caviar, and it is about this caviar.
Come on, Simon.
And then I start piping the yolk mayonnaise on top. Oh, yeah.
It's certainly an art, isn't it?
Oh, my God.
Beautiful,
Oh,
Simon.
beautiful.
Perfect.
Pipe some creme fraiche on top.
Yeah.
I am down to the wire.
You need to hurry, Nicole. You've got to go. You've got how long? 3 minutes to go. Come on. This can make the difference. These 3 minutes, make or break. You want to be in round 2?
I'm really feeling stressed now. I get a little bit of creme fraiche and put that in the top of the shoe bun
Keep pushing. Let's go.
with an extra dollop of caviar.
Come on, guys. Bring it home. Bring it home.
Wow, I can feel the pressure. The walls are bending, and so they should. 10 seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
so excited to serve this meal to the judges. I just hope they love it as much as I do.
Ooh. Nicole, what have you cooked?
Shoe buns with Moreton Bay bug poached in white wine and fennel and caviar.
Nice. Enough said.
No, absolutely not.
Oh my goodness. Oh. I just got a little shiver. I just got one of those little food shivers. I didn't know my day was going to be this good.
You don't need cutlery for that, apart from to do this. That is unbelievably good. Almost to the point of tearing up good. Almost to that point of pure pleasure.
They are absolutely delicious. They're one of those things you just pop them in your mouth and it just, everything works, it makes sense. And you still get the pops of caviar and you can taste the caviar. That is properly delicious.
But the shoe bun is a little bit warm.
Contrast
Bloody
cold
good.
cream.
Like, really good.
Nicole, you guys are having moments in MasterChef. We've just had a moment. That's something that we'll never forget.
Hello.
I've made deviled eggs.
Should we just taste them?
Yeah.
Let's just taste them.
All in.
Come, hop in.
Bit stingy on the caviar, though.
Oh.
Oh.
There's more.
Oh my God, look at all that.
And that's what you want.
The caviar surprise. They're very good, aren't they?
No, my friend. That is so delicious. The three of you are off the hook. They're like, go up there. I can't speak. You guys are awesome. All three of you. That was just delicious.
Best taste we ever had?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think so. Probably in 11 years. 3 outstandingly good dishes. You know what? In terms of top 20 dishes of MasterChef history, there's probably 3 of the top 20 right there.
That looks unreal. But this thing is all about what's on the inside.
Crackling.
Oh, the sound!
He's gonna need a chainsaw or something.
Hear that?
Oh, and here we go. Oh my God.
I'm trying to look at this thing and absorb how many layers there are. Basic Wellington is insanely complex. Pork Wellington crossed with Vietnamese flavours, a whole new level.
I'm cutting this pork skin and I've got to make sure that the layers are kind of perfect and they kind of spread out like a nice lattice.
Yes, Tommy, looks good.
The lattice today has to be cut so precisely and so consistently so that it opens up and it cooks well. Get that crackling nice and crispy.
Tommy, look at that.
That's sick.
Sexy.
Sick. That's awesome.
Done. See you later, pork skin.
Nice.
To assemble my pork Wellington, on top of some plastic wrap, I lay down prosciutto.
Let's go, Tommy.
I then lay my Cholula slices over the prosciutto and place the pork loin on the bottom edge of the Cholula. I then shape some pork meatball mixture beside the pork loin.
Keep going, Dipinda. You look amazing.
Key thing with assembling this Wellington is to keep everything really tight, otherwise it'll fall apart while it's cooking.
Beautiful, Petey.
I'm rolling my mixture together and this is really important. I need to roll it, keep it all nice and tight so that my pork Wellington has its shape.
7 minutes, Tommy. Come on. 7 minutes.
Dipinda, you're killing it. Make it tight, Dipinda. Beautiful. Come on, quickly push, Tommy.
Yep. I'm rolling out my pastry and I'm just trying to get that perfect kind of thickness so that it's not too thick while it cooks.
Good
Good work, Tommy.
Make sure it's sealed.
Next step is I need to get that pork skin lattice on so that I can kind of bake it together.
Come on, Tommy. Get it in the oven. Hustle. Well, go, Tommy. Let's go, mate. In the oven. Well done, buddy.
Come on, Tommy.
Tommy, yeah. You happy?
Elated with that. I am so... I'm pretty happy with that.
Give us a look.
That's really good. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your meal.
Well done, Tommy.
Thank you.
Well done, mate.
Khan was happy with it. Like, I wanted to impress Khan today, and I'm just hoping that I've got the flavors down, right?
I've got crackling in my eye. I'm not crying.
That was 99% yours.
Very close.
If you don't give that guy a job to make them in your restaurant, I will be very surprised, mate. The composition, the filling, the bit of pork I had was perfect. It is so close to the flavour and balance of your dish.
Definitely.
It is incredible.
Every single component, the mayo, the dressing, pickles are well pickled, the pate, delicious. In terms of flavour, it doesn't get much closer than that, I don't think.
Tommy might understand, banh mi flavours better than anyone out there today. He didn't come into this challenge today knowing how to assemble a Wellington, how to make the pastry that thin, how to make everything be so tightly compacted, and to cook it to perfection the way that he has. I mean, he's a banh mi badass.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so tasty.
Yeah.
It's so tasty.
I really like the ingredients Elena chosen. They're really unique, so ideas started coming left and right.
I see the grapes, see the goat's cheese. I'm thinking, wait a second, this is almost like a cheese board. So elements of cheese-inspired desserts started rushing out at me, and I just got really excited into the cook.
So I'm making a cucumber lemon myrtle ice cream with a grape jam, macadamia burnt chocolate crumble, goat's cheese mousse, and some candied Kaiser flesh.
I'm seeing this dish as definitely a deconstructed dish. Bits of elements everywhere, so you can try this here, try this there, and just generally have a good time eating my dish. I just hope I can get all these elements done in time.
Generally don't cook grapes. When I see them, my mind goes straight to wine. I love my cheeses to go with my wine. So today I'm making a dish that I'm calling cheese, wine and chocolate. They're three of my favourite things to eat, so I want to put those elements into a dish.
What's the dish?
A nice, rich, dark chocolate mousse, and then I want to balance it against some of the grapes. So, like, I love chocolate and wine, so
Great.
kind of a bit of play against that. And I want to.
What are you going to do here? You're making like a pâte bomb?
Yeah.
So you're making a Savion?
Mixture. I've got the cream whipped.
Whipped
so,
cream,
yeah.
chocolate, so stable mixture if you get all of those components right.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
No, hopefully, no fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It's just do, man.
I am going to do it.
This is MasterChef,
Yeah,
mate.
man.
You want to win it, don't
It'll
you?
work.
That's it, Sam. It will work. You can do it. Come on, come on.
All in.
For me, presentation is everything. I need to play it in a way that reminds the judges that it is a cheese board.
What I love so much about this dish is that it's not sweet nor savoury. It's a combination of the both, which leaves you guessing at the end, what is the dish?
To plate up my cheese, wine and chocolate dish, I've got my soft and creamy dark chocolate mousse. I'm so happy with how this has come together, and I think I've been able to balance these flavours perfectly.
Brian, what have you cooked for us?
I've called it cheese board, so it's a lemon, myrtle, and cucumber ice cream with caramelized chocolate and macadamia crumbs, candied Kaiser flesh done 2 ways. I also have toasted macadamias there, grape jam, goat's cheese mousse, and also some fresh grapes on the side as well.
Wow. So you've done about 7 or 8 different elements?
Yes.
There's a lot of elements on there, and it's a very impressive utilisation of your time.
Thank you. I'm excited.
I'm quite excited.
you want it back? Do it. Oi.
Yes, please.
We haven't tasted all the elements. There's too many elements to try.
Thank you.
Right. While Matt's eating, because we could be here for some time, I'm going to say a couple of things that maybe the rest of the contestants don't want to hear, especially at the end of the first challenge. But that is absolutely bloody delicious, number one. And number two, I think in the first challenge of the top 24, you have well and truly set the bar. Congratulations.
Thank you. For me, the roasted chocolate with the macadamia nut is yum. The way you plated that dish up is beautiful. Using the marble then backs up your reference to it being a cheese board. You've thought about everything, and that's the detail we're looking for. That is beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks, George.
I just loved every part of it and trying it with different bits, and yeah, I'm really, really happy right now, and I could have eaten the whole thing myself.
I think I had a real concern that this dish was just giving one of those overloads of fat, sugar, salt, but it's the subtlety of this that is so surprising. That is not day one in the MasterChef kitchen, that is day 65 in the MasterChef kitchen, and a very good day. Brian, well done, that is smashing.
Well done, Brian.
Balance is key with this dish. The goat's cheese has a bit of acidity that will hopefully help balance against the sweet chocolate mousse. I'm proud with what I've got in front of me. I'm just hoping that I've done enough.
What did you cook for us?
I've done cheese, wine and chocolate. So we've got a dark chocolate mousse, some fresh grapes, some sour grapes, a little bit of goat's cheese and some roasted macadamia nuts.
I think it's kind of cool. I like it. That mousse looks beautiful. It looks like there's something to give us relief. If that came to you in a restaurant, would you be happy or would you be looking across the table?
I think I'd be very happy, and I loved watching Sam work as well. He was having a great time.
I loved it. It was so good.
See if we're smiling at the end of this tasting.
I'm mightily impressed with you, the way you're thinking about food, how you've thought about this dish, and the techniques that you've shown us. Chocolate mousse using the sabayon and the cream, and it really shows that you know your stuff, and the texture of that mousse is just absolutely delicious.
I had the mousse on its own and went, oh, okay. It's nice texture, but it's really sweet. But then I got it with the goat cheese and went, ah, okay, gotcha. And when you say cheese, wine and chocolate, it paints that picture in my head. I think you're a really clever cook.
Great first cook, fantastic to see that smile. Keep it up.
Thanks, guys.
Sam, how are you?
Hello, Gary. I'm well. How are you?
I'm Gary.
George.
George, that's
Sorry.
Gary.
Sorry.
George, nice to meet you. Gary.
Sorry, George.
How are you? Why are you sweating so much?
I'm working frantically.
What are you doing?
I'm poaching that oyster as that broth cools.
Okay.
I ended up with champagne and caviar, so I'm going to work on a little seafood dish.
And what's in there? Champagne?
That's a champagne jelly.
Yes.
Yum.
Great combination.
Like it.
Who are you cooking this dish for?
I'm cooking this for my beautiful girlfriend, Gemma.
Oh, that's good.
You like it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Means a lot to you?
She does.
Does she
means
love
everything.
this?
She would love this.
Miss her?
I do miss her terribly, but you know, we both agreed that this is the place for me to be at the moment, so.
Okay.
Sam at the back. He's surprising us. He's doing a little champagne jelly with poached oysters.
Yeah. What I really want to know is how Delvinda is using her advantage.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
We're waiting to be wooed. Give us your most seductive food. Seconds to go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from your benches.
I chose champagne and caviar. The dish I made was seafood for two.
Sam, welcome to the competition. That is spectacularly good.
Thanks.
Spectacularly good. Seafood, perfectly cooked. Jelly, just enough sharpness to give you the idea it's all about the champagne. And wonderfully set. It has that really sexy, subtle wobble. That is elegant, beautiful cookery and a potential dish that could win this. Well done.
It's a really tricky challenge reinventing the beef Wellington. I know the fundamentals of the dish and I just have to think about how I can make it my own to impress the judges. So I'm going to take away the components of the really rare beef, the crispy pastry and including mushrooms, but I'm going to do kind of like a beef tataki and really spice it up a little bit. Tataki is basically a Japanese method of cooking, you know, by searing the meat at a really high heat on all sides and then finally slicing it and serving it cold. I'm using kind of the idea of the beef Wellington, but having a puff pastry dish base and kind of having it canapé style. So slices of beef tataki on top, rolled in some mushroom powder and black peppercorns. I want my plate of food to look refined and just essentially something that I would like to eat, and hopefully the judges will then love it too.
I'm really excited about this idea. I absolutely love beef Wellington. It's a strange thing to redo because, to be honest, I wouldn't really want to change it. So I'm just going to have to make it delicious. I want to stay true to all the flavours, and that's my plan today.
I just really want to present them in a more modern way.
I'm going to do a pancetta crumbed eye fillet steak, thyme pastry, mushrooms in a few different ways. It's an exciting challenge. Not a lot of time though.
The first thing I do is I get onto my rough puff pastry. I finally dice some thyme leaves and throw that in because that's probably one of my favourite flavours in a beef Wellington.
So today I'm kind of going Middle Eastern style. I'm replacing a lot of the flavours of the traditional beef Wellington with Middle Eastern flavours. So instead of beef, I'm doing lamb. Instead of mustard, I'm doing a harissa sauce. Instead of doing mushrooms, I'm doing pistachios.
And instead of puff pastry, which is time consuming, I'm doing a quick brick pastry.
I've decided to make a sweet Wellington today. I'm going to go out on a limb and do something different. For my sweet Wellington, the first thing I think about is using pineapple because I know that I can use a slice of it and cook it like a steak and it will look similar to the round of beef Wellington. So I'm going to do pineapple with the puff pastry around the outside, and I'm going to do a coconut ice cream with that. I'm really lucky that I've got my pin today in this cook. I'm hoping I don't have to use it, but if I do need to, then I know it's there. I've never been in a pressure test, and I don't want this week to be the first week I end up in one.
Vanilla is ginger, coconut.
Okay, Shannon's freaking out. There's no beef. There's no French flavours. Is that rum?
Yeah,
Is
white
that,
rum.
And lime and vanilla and eggs and coconut sugar.
Yes.
And
yes.
Condensed milk.
So I'm going to do a sweet Wellington and do the pastry around pineapple, caramelised pineapple.
Can I just remind you, beef Wellington?
They look really surprised. It's not what they expected from today's challenge, and I'm not sure if I'm missing the brief completely. So it has the pastry,
Right.
has a duck cell of some kind.
Well, that pine will be super soft. Have you prepped it?
Not yet, no. I'm really pushing for time at the moment. I'm starting to really doubt my idea, and I've still got so much left to do. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. I need to get my ice cream on, and I need to get my pineapple cooking as well. I just need to stick to my guns now because I don't have time to even think about anything else. Oops.
Horseradish leaf reminds me of the mustard in a beef Wellington. It's definitely got that peppery note to it, so I'm going to have some pickled horseradish leaf on top of this dish. I've added some horseradish leaf to my puff pastry too.
Wow, that looks interesting. What's in there?
Some horseradish leaf, and I've got some beef setting up in the fridge. I'm going to do like a beef tataki style, spicy black pepper sauce. It's kind of serve it canapé style on top of the puff pastry disc with some mushrooms as well.
And horseradish leaf, now that's inspired in the pastry. Inspired.
Good luck tomorrow.
Thank
Love
you.
it.
This is something that's really true to my style of cooking. That's what I'm trying to bring to the kitchen today. So I'm really happy that they seem to be on board with my concept. So I hope I can really impress them.
I'm making sweet Wellington today. I've just put my ice cream in the churner. Time is seriously getting away from me at the moment. I'm now working on my pineapple. I was going to oven roast it, but I don't have enough time, so I'll pop the slices in the microwave and I'll finish them off in the pan. I still haven't even rolled out my pastry. That's going to take a while to cook in the oven. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to get it done. I've got nothing ready. Seriously starting to consider my power pin now. There is so much at stake today. I don't want to be in that bottom three.
One of the essential components to a beef Wellington is having that eye fillet rolled in a mushroom duxelle, which is just basically blitzed up mushrooms. To make my beef tataki inspired Wellington, I'm going a little bit of a different route. I'm blending up some dried mushrooms with some black peppercorns and rolling my eye fillet in that. Then I get it straight into a really, really hot pan. The key to searing this is going to be high heat for a short period of time. I've got my beef done, my puff pastry on its way, and I really need a killer sauce to bring this all together. I'm gonna do like a black pepper spicy sauce. I'm stir frying some of these tiny mushrooms in my sauce, hoping that's gonna marry the flavors of the entire dish together. And the mushrooms are really a representation of one of the classic elements of beef Wellington, but done my way.
I've just got my puff pastry into the oven with 12 minutes to go. I know that puff pastry takes longer than 12 minutes to cook, and I'm also really worried that my ice cream won't set in time. You can see it's starting to freeze around the outside, but I don't know if that's going to be enough time for it either. I'm going to hold on to my power pin for as long as possible. I'm going to see how much my puff pastry cooks in the next 12 minutes. I'm just going to cross my fingers. Oh my God.
My reinvention of beef Wellington is taking all the classic flavours that I absolutely love and representing them in a more modern way. I've made some rough puff with thyme in it, and I'm going to use prosciutto in my dish as well. So I'm going to make a prosciutto crumb to go on top of the steak.
Have you portioned your beef off?
Doing it now.
I'm going to base my dish around a beautifully cooked prosciutto-crusted eye fillet steak. I'm taking quite a bit on. I'm pushing it.
It's time to check on the pastry, and it's looking really nice.
I'm really happy with the puff pastry. Super nice and crispy, and it's got a good amount of kind of strength to it as well, so the judges will be able to use that to eat the tartare.
I think I've actually created something that's really unique.
That's the invention, really, of reinventing beef Wellington, is that puff pastry ceases to become just a casing for the beef and becomes an integral part of how you eat the dish.
I want to serve this dish canapé style and sort of build it up so you can see every single component.
It's time to start plating, and I want to get that really nice, neat ring of the steak tartare. That's going to reference that slice of rare beef in the middle of a beef Wellington. I think I've done enough today to reference beef Wellington, which was the whole challenge.
Charlie?
Yeah?
5 more minutes left, yeah?
Yes, George. I really need to get this pastry out of the oven. I need to get my pastry ring around the outside, and then I need to fill it with the coconut duxelle. It's looking really, really nice. I'm hoping that the judges can see the connection between beef Wellington and my dish. It's the same shape. It has the puff pastry around the outside, and it has the elements of the duxelle and then a filling, but it might be too far removed from the traditional dish.
Charlie, this is it. You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carly, that's it. Well done. Today, you had to reinvent the beef Wellington. Bottom 3 dishes, unfortunately, will put their makers into tomorrow's pressure test. First dish we'd like to taste belongs to Aaron.
Today, I've definitely reinvented that classic dish of beef Wellington. I've taken all those familiar flavours and textures, but put them into a whole new format.
You had all the advantage, didn't you?
Yeah.
Did it pay off?
I mean, certainly puff pastry in an hour and a half versus puff pastry in an hour is a massive advantage.
So, the dish?
So it's a beef Wellington tartare. I've played on the flavour profile of a beef Wellington, so the beef, mushrooms, a bit of mustard, the herbs and the puff pastry, but reinterpreting it with the pastry as the croutons to dip in.
Okay.
This is a really hard challenge. Reinvention is by far the hardest challenge we ever do. For me, when I have a mouthful of that rare beef and the mushrooms and the puff pastry, I get beef Wellington.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the rough puff is absolutely delicious. You've cooked it beautifully, it's perfect colour, it's got lovely flakiness. And I love that idea of using the pastry as a little vehicle, putting the mushrooms, putting the beef, putting the herbs. Before you hand it back, what is my favourite bit of a beef Wellington?
That's the ends.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you.
I've never been in the top 3, and today is probably one of my best shots at it. I'm really hoping that I've done enough.
That pastry looks beautiful, Aaron.
Next dish we'd like to taste belongs to Carly.
I've reinvented the beef Wellington, but it's in quite an extreme way. So it could either be a disaster or judges might love it. I just don't know.
You played your pin.
Yeah, I did.
Do you give it back now, or did
Actually,
you're in charge of the
hello,
of
you.
the safe?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I miss you.
It's been so long.
4 weeks you've had this.
Was it worth it?
Yeah, to be honest, if I didn't have the pin, I don't think I would have had a dish up at all. So it really saved me.
Good. So, what have you cooked?
I've made sweet Wellington with caramelised pineapple, coconut duxelle, and a coconut and rum ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've got the pineapple representing the meat in the middle, you've got the coconut representing the duxelle, and you've got this great, crispy, golden outside.
Wow.
I'm buying that. I'm buying that because of the ring of pineapple. I'm buying it mainly because that pastry is fantastic and actually better than the pastry on most beef Wellingtons.
It tastes really delicious. Pineapple's cooked well, and I can see the references.
Thanks, you.
Carly.
Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh.
The next dish we'd like to taste belongs to Eliza.
I'm happy with my flavours. I'm just hoping the elements of my beef and my pastry are spot on.
What's the dish, Eliza?
I fillet steak with a prosciutto crumb, thyme pastry, confit mushrooms and a red wine jus.
There are lots of visual clues to the flavours of beef Wellington.
Beef is cooked well. Love that little crumble on top, little smear of mustard over the beef. And I love the flavour of thyme in there, because that's, seriously, for me, I think of beef Wellington when I taste thyme.
I'm with George. The thyme comes through nicely.
Thanks.
Thanks, Eliza.
Thank you.
Sarah, your turn.
I've done a Middle Eastern style beef Wellington. It's lamb crusted in pistachio and wrapped in brick pastry.
A barrel of rare meat with something kind of crusty around the outside and then pastry on the outside. For me, that is the visual representation of Wellington. And I like the fact that you've taken Wellington, which is such a kind of ironically French flavoured dish, into a whole new part of the world.
Well done.
So I rolled the beef fillet in mushroom powder and kind of did a tataki take on the beef Wellington and did the fiery black pepper sauce.
Okay.
That's made me really happy because that's the kind of beef Wellington I could eat every day of the week. It brings it kind of bang up to date. You know, the clever little addition of that fine leaf on the top that happened to be horseradish. I just think it's really clever. Lots of complexity and these lovely layers of texture and flavour.
You know, you've cooked that dish in a way that you would eat it yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that that's why it's been successful.
Wow, thank you.
So, well done.
I'm on an entree today. We're making roasted beetroot salad with a Barossa goat curd, some fresh greens, grapes and nuts. It reminds me of Russia a lot. Russians love beetroot.
I have come up with a concept of using beetroot because I love beetroot. I absolutely think that beetroot is a supermodel of the vegetables.
What grapes are you using?
The
long dark ones,
Yes.
quite tannin, but they've got some good sweetness.
So in today's entree, we're definitely championing a lot of the local Barossa ingredients. We've got the Barossa goat's curds with the sweet beetroot and these robust grapes, and then finishing off with our Shiraz vinaigrette. Samira, smell these. Which one do you prefer?
I quite like this
That one's the nice
That one's a bit more
Cool.
sweeter.
With the vinaigrette, we definitely want it to be a massive flavour. The wine reduction is what's going to turn this simple salad into a really classy and complex entree.
Vinaigrette, that's getting quite syrupy. Oh, this is beautiful. Try that. Try that. Tastes beautiful.
Yep.
That is beautiful.
Tasting the vinaigrette, it's balanced. I can taste that beautiful flavor of Shiraz in it. It's very intricate on the palate. I love it.
And I want that one plated up now.
I think it's a beautiful way to use Barossa wine to tie this dish together.
Right, we've got blue team hitting the table and it looks good. Reese.
Hey guys.
What have we got?
For the entree, you've got the roasted beetroot with the red grapes, which we blistered in the pan, with the goat's cheese from the Barossa, and we finished it off with red wine and grape vinaigrette.
Lovely. Thank you.
No worries, enjoy guys.
Cool.
A really familiar dish, but full of flavour. Taking great ingredients, like those beetroots and that goat's cheese from the area, and really giving it lots of respect. Bags of flavour with the grapes that are refreshing, and you play this game where you have a little bit of the beetroot, some of the goat's curd, some of the grape, and it's really, really wonderful and beautiful.
I think you're right. Familiar flavours, but what's not familiar is that sweet, sticky and well-seasoned red wine dressing on the bottom, and that really holds the dish together. And those long grapes, they're slightly tannic, it's delicious with that dressing. I love it. It's a reinvention of an old classic, and they've done a great job with it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think what gives it richness, what gives it character is that lovely vinaigrette on the bottom.
A ripping start by the blue team. Very nice. Yeah, it's a good dish.
So today we're going to be doing a smoked chocolate mousse with a sorbet that's going to have some wine. We're going to have a chocolate soil. We're going to incorporate some beetroot into that, and then with some fresh grapes on the plate as well. You see the colour?
Yeah, it's good.
Do you like that?
I like it a lot.
I want to have fresh grapes on the plate representing the little fallen grapes from the vine, but I also want to get some wine into our sorbet made with grapes. It's beetroot, raspberry and capsap, and you just
Yeah, that's good. I really love the sound of Kristen's idea. Hopefully we can replicate our surroundings and put up a really delicious dish today.
tastes beautiful.
Let's just get on that beef. I'm worried about that beef. We need to get that beef in ASAP.
Yep.
It's stressful at this point. Entree service has almost finished, and it dawns on me that, hang on, we're up next with mains and we haven't even started to cook the beef.
Oi, all I've been seeing you do is stir that sauce. Leave the sauces alone.
Ben, the beef need to go in now. Get this beef done, yeah? How much longer until you go?
Searing on all sides, and then it'll be in the oven.
We definitely need medium rare on this beef, and it needs just to be melting in the mouth.
That needs to go in the oven ASAP.
Can you crack me an oven open?
We don't want to disappoint, do we?
No, George.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, behind you, behind you.
Fingers crossed that it is perfectly cooked. If it's not, we might not have anything to plate up.
Come on, come on, come on.
63.
We pull the meat out of the oven and it's got a great pushback. I really think it's up to temperature and cooked perfectly through.
What do you reckon? That would be plenty, wouldn't it? It's massive.
Yum. Perfect. Yeah. It's really beautiful. Good. Well done, guys, on the stick.
Or someone do the carrots and that way I'm just doing the beetroot. Can you fit another person in?
How many carrots?
Three.
And we want them on the meat.
On the meat.
Yep.
The carrots are beautiful and refined.
Good, Jade.
That tweezer work.
That tweezer work.
The beetroot cones are just genius. I love that I'm using little tweezers. George would be proud. It looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, this one's perfection. Look at this. This one needs to be in a no more book, mate.
Yeah, you're talking.
Look at that one. Come on, gotta take a picture of that one there.
I know the judges are concerned about our main. It sounds like it's just meat and vegetables, but we just put up 30 beautiful, sophisticated plates. I think this is the prettiest thing I've ever made.
Hello. So, what do we have?
We've got an eye fillet with a red wine and grape jus, some potato and onion puree, and some carrots and pickled beetroot.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
We travel a lot, we eat a lot, and that looked very pretty when it arrived at the table. And the beef's cooked beautifully.
Perfectly
so,
for a function.
Yes.
It's a straight bat, isn't it? It's beef, carrots, red rum gravy. You've got some nice, bright, sharp acidity with the beetroot that balances some of that sweetness. Carrots are well cooked. It's a very solid dish.
The red cheese main has been fantastic. I've loved the beef.
I was a big fan of the beef. Of course, got a beautiful Barossa Shiraz, which pairs very, very nicely.
We're just doing a practice plate up of our dessert. Now the crumb needs to go around and over most of it. This dish is really taking inspiration from the landscape around us, and then the sorbet will sit here.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It looks like the grapes.
Yeah, like the
under the vines.
Yeah. We're ready for service. I'm really excited about how this is going to come together.
Right, guys, red team, blue team, desserts are away. Off you go. Good luck.
Come on, guys.
All hands on deck, guys.
Yep, that's a good amount of sauce. Okay.
Come on, guys, keep it going. Come on, blue team, you can do it.
Woo, let's go, blue team!
Every plate that's coming past me has been plated beautifully. The grapes have fallen over the soil like they would underneath the grapevine, and I just think it looks stunning, and I'm really proud of the team.
Come on, guys, they're looking really good.
I think the smokiness of the chocolate mousse, along with the tartness and earthiness of the sorbet and the sweetness of the grapes, is going to work really beautifully.
Oh, that's really good, crispy. Keep them all beautiful.
I'm so proud of this concept and that we got it done, and that was beautiful.
So, Reese?
The dessert were actually inspired by our surroundings. So on the bottom of the dessert, we have a smoked chocolate mousse. Yep. The soil is the beetroot and chocolate soil to replicate the soil around us in the Barossa, and finished with a cab sauv and a raspberry sorbet.
Okay, and the grapes are?
The grapes have the currants and the crimson.
Beautiful.
Thanks, guys.
I get the look. I think
it's very clever.
I think the dessert lands on the table, and you think of the red lime here, you think of the soil that underpins everything. I think you're reminded of the grapes of the sorbet, and there's lots of fresh grapes that just give pops of flavour. So I think it's a cute dish. And how good does that sorbet look, guys?
Yeah, the colour of it looks spectacular, and I love it. I mean, I'm looking at that dirt there, and it looks exactly the same as that. And it looks like you've just got a few fallen grapes on the ground, which is what you get when you walk into the vineyard itself.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Really sophisticated.
You can taste the beetroot. and you can taste the wine, don't you?
Great dessert, love it. Love it. Really, it's put a smile back on our face because the last course was not up there. This is up there. That sorbet is delicious. Really acidic but sweet. It's yum.
What's really good is that we talk about earth, and then you taste that sorbet with the beetroot, and you get that earthiness of the beetroot and the sweetness of it coming through against the brightness of raspberry. So that's great.
Very clever dessert.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be making a champagne savourin with some champagne poached fruits and some champagne ice cream. So a savourin is made from brioche dough and it's just the round shape. First thing we're going to do, champagne ice cream. Very simple ice cream. We're going to make an anglaise, and then we're going to add a little bit of cream to it at the end, and then we're just going to churn it, yeah? So first thing we need to do is to grab the champagne and actually burn off the alcohol. Right, champagne, yeah? Can't be Australian sparkling wine, it has to be champagne. Only champagne comes from champagne. Slowly.
Oh! This is the stickiest brioche dough I've ever seen.
So we need to put a little slit in that. Now, you look at the size of that. You don't want to open it too much, but you want it to be at least where you can pipe it. So left hand, yep. Just ease it in, let it squeeze a little bit more before you go, yep, a little bit more, yep. So guys, we're going to put them in the oven, 170 degrees, between 15 and 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on them, yeah? You want them nice and golden brown. You don't want them too dark in colour, but you don't want them too light in colour, yeah? So just keep an eye on them. We've got 250 mils of sugar, 600 mils of champagne, and 500 mils of water. And a vanilla bean, yeah? Actually split the vanilla bean. The reason why we split it, we get much more flavour out of it, yeah? So on the stove. Basically what we're doing is letting it dissolve and bring it to the boil. We're actually going to add the savourins while it's still really hot. So it's actually going to be a warm dessert. Bo.
If you're doing a brandy one, how much brandy would you put in?
How much brandy, if I was using a brandy one, or a rum one, if I was going to do a rum one? It's really up to you. You know, it's how strong you want it. It's one of those things that, you know, if you want it really strong, you add a little bit more rum to it. If you're a sailor, you put a bit more rum in it. Right? Our ice cream's churned, and our savourins are cooked perfectly. How do they look?
Look at that.
They smell pretty good, don't they?
Thank you. Oh, they look
Now,
fabulous.
the most important thing, do they stick or not?
Done, done.
Not bad, huh?
Looks like donuts. Imagine them in this syrup.
Well done, Julia.
Thank you.
Our stock syrup has come to the boil. Pretty much what we're going to do is just drop it in.
Jeepers creepers.
Now, you can see the savourin there. It's already starting to blow up. You can see the size of that one, see the size of this one in here, and you want it. You want to make sure that that syrup goes right to the core. And if you see this now, I'll show you.
Oh my God.
It's like a big sponge.
Oh, yeah.
Right, middle of the plate.
It's like a...
Huh?
Oh my God.
You can see the difference, can't
Yeah.
you? Right. Now, just to garnish it, we've got all these beautiful poached fruits. Just going to place it around. Some rhubarb. Our ice cream. Nice big scoop of ice cream.
I'll take the rest.
You want that texture to be beautiful and creamy. Now guys, just to finish it, what I've got is a little bit of baby basil. Sprinkle it over the top. And there we have it, guys. Our beautiful champagne poached savourin with poached autumn fruits.